They have created a force of jackbooted thugs. And those people are killing citizens, beating up citizens, etc. And now the citizens are standing up against them because they don't like that. Kyle linked a video where the guy's like, you raise your voice, I erase your voice, right? This is the culture we have right now. And every time one of these guys murders somebody, the Trump administration runs cover for it because fraud, murder, anything is okay so long as it's one of Trump's guys doing the fraud, the murder, etc. And we need to change that culture. We don't need to abolish ICE. We need to hold them accountable for the bad things that they do. We need body cams on them so that in all of these cases, we're looking at it from 10 different angles and we have the full truth.
Masks off,
masks off.
on.
Yeah.
You can't do masks off because leftists will go after their children and their wives.
Leftists dislike ICE because they have a lot of reasons to dislike ICE. Like they're justifiably disliking the. Stop! They're not voting. No. They're leftists dislike. You can laugh, but you don't have any evidence. You always don't have evidence, and then you say, "Well, that's because they don't allow me to collect the evidence." But I'm sure if I did, my dreams would come true. None of that is true. There's never any evidence of this widespread fraud.
You won the popular vote.
Yeah,
you won the popular vote.
But anyway, is that an argument?
Yes.
So because he won the popular vote, illegals in states that don't check ID are not voting. So Virginia made a law that you can't have immigration officers within 40 feet of a polling place serendipitously. Just randomly, just so happened.
You can't give them water in lines in Atlanta. No, I just don't think that any elections have been stolen by illegals. I think
they're raiding Fulton right now. A judge saw.
I'm sure that's on the up and up. What is Tulsi Gabbard doing? What is Tulsi Gabbard doing down here in Fulton County with truck full of brown boxes? Look,
there's been a court order Taylor, to let them open it for years, and they haven't acknowledged it.
There might be bad things going on in Fulton County. They might be doing something no good, but I promise you, the people to get to the bottom of it are not the ones working on it. You know what I mean?
I have no confidence in these Republicans.
It was all this fraud. You think the Republicans conspired against the Republicans to make the Republicans lose the election? That's the theory.
I mean, I think that definitely a lot of Republicans wanted Trump to lose. Like a lot of establishment rhinos, 100%. They hated him. They made it very clear. Like, I think a lot of stuff's going to come out about this in the next few months, and we'll see. But for now,
I think nothing will come of it. I think it's another smoke screen. I'm not a pedophile. Smoke bomb. I didn't rape those kids. Disappear into the night like Batman to diddle somebody else. I'm telling you, there might be something to it, but nothing will come of it. There.
Arizona was the hot spot. They spent millions and millions of dollars, and Arizona gave them full access, and they came away like disagreeing with the people that paid them. They're like, they paid them to find fraud, and their finding was no fraud.
Well, what they're looking at in Georgia is the fact that they're in Fulton County, at least, there's been a judge order for them to have access to those voter rolls for a while, and it was ignored. And now, seemingly, another judge has been shown sufficient evidence that they are now able to raid it with the FBI. So we will see.
The idea being that the 2020 election was stolen. I went through the voter numbers for Fulton County through every election, and the ratio stays exactly the same almost. Like there's not any extra votes that came out of nowhere or something like that. I showed it to you like 2 months ago or something like that. It was clear that nothing wild had happened. There hadn't been some swing here or there, like a bunch of votes hadn't been added. The Democrats got more votes than normal. There were more votes in general, but the Republican number inflated at the same ratio to represent the Democrat-Republican breakdown in Fulton County. And the same was true for all the metropolitan Atlanta counties. There just wasn't anything there. I bet there won't be anything here. I bet there'll be some impropriety. They'll find that somebody diddled a secretary. They'll drag their name in the mud. They'll out somebody as being a trans or something like that.
You think that's what they're looking for?
I think that's what they'll have to fall back to because there won't be anything substantive. They'll always find a way to smear and make somebody look bad. But it's
the biggest weird thing to me with 2020 was always the total amount of votes Biden got.
Mm-hmm. The most ever.
No one other than Trump once has gotten over 70 million. Biden got 81 million in 2020. And at the time, people said this was a vote against Trump. And I was like, I don't know about that, but okay. So 11 million more people decided to participate, whatever. And then the Harris-Trump election happened, and all the anyone but Trump people didn't show up because she was back down to 68 million votes or whatever. And so
I don't see
that
any
has
proof
always
there.
been. No, I'm just saying that
it. And it also ties into like my own vibe. I've checked my gut against my gut, so it's true that like at the 2020 time, America had never been that interested in politics before. Everybody was mask on, mask off, COVID. Like it was the biggest show in town in a way that surpasses any election before it and after it. You know, when Biden had been the boring president for 4 years, it wasn't the same intensity that it was at the end of Trump's term. I wouldn't be too surprised if the next one is big again, because people will be passionate about politics by the end of this term.
It depends who's running in the next one. If Donald Trump is in the next election, it's going to be a big one. All right?
He will be 84. He's not running. He can't do shit.
That man's going. Look, people like him live into their hundreds. Trust me. Like he's gonna keep on.
Oh, did you see that? It was a very funny clip from RFK where they were asking him about Trump's diet, and he's like, "Oh, the thing with Trump's diet is that when he goes on the road, he only eats fast food because he trusts it not to get him sick because of the consistency." But the problem is, when he's back at home in Mar-a-Lago or the White House, he eats very healthy. The problem is that he's on the road the vast majority of the time. And they're like, wow. So like, what do you think about his health? He's like, it's honestly astounding. He's still alive. Like, that's
funny. That's funny. I love the I've always cut Trump a little slack for that, because every time I do one of these long trips, like a motorcycle trip or something, my diet goes to shit too. I'm eating in restaurants all the time.
You can have a private chef riding around with him, like Beyonce or somebody.
It's an excuse.
And the government taxpayer would pay for it. There's, especially now that he's in office.
Well, did you know that they don't pay for it? I heard Michelle Obama talk about it. She's like, so they're not as rich as Trump, and the White House is like, "Oh, do you like this? Oh my God!" And then they get him for it. They'll get you anything you ask, like they're there at your beck and call, and then they bill you. And all of a sudden, they're like, "What? Like dinner was like $200 tonight at home," and that White House chef, they bill you for that. I didn't know.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that feels pretty gauche.
And for the family, the president, and the personal guests while living there.
Did you check that?
Yeah, I'm reading now. This is crazy. All right, that's bullshit.
I always thought it was.
It's got to be.
And it's all. I try to shorten this up. When I go on a cruise ship with my father, it's been a while, but he's like the V'est of VIPs on there. You know, he has like a special badge, and his waiter has been pre-selected before he goes on the ship and stuff like that. And he'll just like, yeah, I kind of like the coconut. Dude, they start running to other restaurants on the ship to get him more bowls of this stuff. And that is his cruise experience. And I got touches of that by extension by being his kid. And I always thought that's what the president got. I didn't know he got billed for that. And I think he gets the service, just not the no cost.
That's crazy. I guess it's just the cost of the food, like a grocery bill. I mean, he has butlers, you know, and cooks and staff. That's
to hear Michelle talk about
is only like $4,000 a year. Like that's going to eat away.
Yeah. What is a fruit you don't see all the time? Is there one with devil in the name? Star fruit. Yeah. She'd be like, "Oh, I kind of like star fruit." And they're like, "Oh, noted." Now it's like showing up on her plate and stuff because they're aiming to please. Mm-hmm. And then she like sees the bill for it and no more star fruit.
We had to depose how many South American leaders for this?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's with all of the money that seemingly gets stolen and spent on just the travel and protection and the vehicles and the helicopters and the planes, billions of dollars, and the teams of people. They can't pick up the grocery bill? That's so odd.
Yeah, that should be picked up. Like that's such a nothing, and it makes us look cheap. I don't like that. But I also don't like that.
I bet Donald doesn't know he's paying for it.
No,
you know what?
Nobody else
I bet Donald doesn't pay it.
I wouldn't be surprised if
they would have to bill him. That bill. Like I know that he
Trump doesn't get you money.
He would like he'd try to like negotiate down the cost of his dinner with the waiter.
I'm one of the very few people that seems bothered by how he makes so much money off Secret Service. You know, he has them stay in his hotels. He has them rent golf carts from him, and it is very much a money making operation when he stays at home for him, and no one seems to be bothered by it.
I mean, that's such a who cares compared to the crypto thing.
It's just
like that was the most egregious thing I think he's did.
Only made $1.5 billion
about anything Hunter Biden's ever done. Like Hunter Biden made $100,000, dude. If Donald Trump Jr. made $100,000, he'd be so fucking pissed, asking what went wrong. You know, $1 million is a slow day for the Trump family.
Which one of his sons is the one who's like all in on like that giant crypto farm?
Sounds like Barron is into the farm thing.
What's the ugly one?
Kushner?
Eric.
Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner's into all sorts of scary shit.
Oh, okay. Well, Jared Kushner is a ghoul. That guy.
He was part of that like Saudi EA deal. Like, how is he mixed up in that?
He's a big fan of Israel and
people ask why like Hunter Biden is working for some energy company in Ukraine making a few $100K. Why is Jared Kushner in the middle of a deal between, and get this right, the Saudi Arabians and hang on, that can't EA?
Why is Donald Trump Jr. on the board of a tech company that gets money from the Department of Defense? How does that not piss people off?
I mean,
it's a bad look.
What does Donald Trump Jr. know about tech? That fucker couldn't hold my jock, and they didn't ask me to be on the board of directors.
Why do any of these presidents or presidents' kids or nephews get jobs on like the board of Boeing? Because it's about connection. Why does who is that lady who was a senator in South Carolina and then she resigned and immediately became like a high level board member of Boeing? It's like it's pay to play. Like that, she sets up a nice little deal for Boeing where they make a bunch of money with a new plant in South Carolina or whatever state it was. And then after she gets out of office, oh, look at that nice cushy little no show, no work job where you get paid off. These people are so corrupt top to bottom that if it were exposed, the American people would like riot.
Did you?
You're right.
Slightly
but
different.
There are
topic.
levels to this game, and what Trump has done by setting up his own currency for other countries to give him that kind of cash. I still don't like the jet from Qatar. I keep hearing both pronunciations.
No one has made more money during the presidency than Donald Trump. It's not even close. No 10 presidents have made as much money as Donald Trump. Probably no. I bet if you took every president ever and added them up and accounted for inflation, they didn't make $1.6 billion during their presidency.
First year.
This guy has. And there's just no way that it's not that the American taxpayer isn't the one getting fucked in the ass 99 out of 100 times when he's getting paid. Like there's that's his leverage. It's our assholes, and he's leveraging them to the highest bidder on the global market, whether it's the Saudis or fucking Russia or China or whoever. He'll cash your check and fuck our ass.
His popularity is dropping because of it. I don't know if it'll matter, and he always seems to come back, so I don't know if it'll stick. But I keep seeing his approval ratings lower than ever, and his disapproval ratings higher than ever.
Midterms
and
are all that
other
matter.
people are getting mocked, right? They're angry at fucking Apple for giving him the little statue. They're like angry at FIFA. Like, you gave that guy a peace prize? Just suck his dick, right? Like, here's some knee pads. Why would FIFA make up a peace prize? And what worked in the very short term, now people are like, what are you doing? What he did with Europe just recently, like trying to take Greenland and then absolutely made a fool of. It's not a good look.
It's all drop, and then he chickens out and literally just goes home with his tail between his leg. And now we're not talking about Greenland anymore.